Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some reaction and recap of the Pittsburgh Steelers' 21-14 win over the New England Patriots on Sunday. Pittsburgh 2-1 on the season. Let's talk about it. Before we start, if you guys could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Would really appreciate that. So a rock fight for the Pittsburgh Steelers, if there ever was one. Got out to a 14-0 lead, but as Steeler fans know, you never win comfortably whenever you're watching the Pittsburgh Steelers, and so they gave it away. Tie game at 14, all Aaron Rodgers hitting Calvin Austin for a 17-yard touchdown in the final moments. Pittsburgh getting a big defensive fourth down stop late to seal the win. Offensively, hot start, good game script, run game was going well, good scheme, really kind of messed with the eyes and keys of the Patriots. You had some big lanes. Jaylen Warren ran hard throughout the game, no question. The goal for this game was to feed Jaylen Warren. He was the guy that came to play, and the coaches said that. Mike Tomlin did, Arthur Smith did against Seattle, and so they were going to really go with him even more in this one. 18 carries, 5 receptions. Still, I think is his team's leading receiver through 3 games, which in some ways sums up where this offense is at, some of the struggles. But that middle portion, really probably the middle 80% of this game was a disaster. The run game shriveled up once you got past your opening 15, 20 play game script. Couldn't run anything effectively downfield. Very short area pass game. The offensive line, maybe some improvements, and the overall numbers look good. No sacks for Rodgers. I think New England only officially 3 quarterback hits, but still didn't feel like Rodgers had a ton of time in the pocket, and the ball was getting out quick. Because of that, check down options, Jaylen Warren, Jonnu Smith, still a meager yards per catch average overall, some RPOs and quick screens at DK Metcalf, but he was pretty quiet after his touchdown catch, which was a nice fade ball from Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers himself thought struggled in this one. Threw the 2 touchdowns, the 2 decent fade balls. The Metcalf one was on the money. The one to Austin was a really good play by Austin, but good identification of coverage by Aaron Rodgers. But overall, the interception was atrocious, completely missed Spillane over the middle. Rodgers is not seeing some of those underneath zone defenders well. Nearly threw a pick against Seattle in week 1. It was dropped. Throws the pick this time to Spillane. Puts New England on a really short field. So 139 yards for Rodgers in this one. Can't get the downfield passing game going despite the team's speed at receiver. Defenses can certainly dictate some of that, and the Patriots have given up big plays. But with their pretty leaky secondary, aside from kind of the old Joe Flacco pass interference offense, that's how Pittsburgh's getting some of their chunk plays. I think only 1 reception over 17 yards in the pass game today, which is not good enough, but he at least made some plays in some weighty moments. Pittsburgh's been really good in the red zone. What were they today? The 2 touchdowns, of course. They were 3 of 3 in the red zone, so they've only missed out on a touchdown once in the red zone this year. I think they're now, 8 of 9, I want to say, in the red zone on the season. And this is an offense that's been terrible in the red zone for several seasons. They've not been above the 20s ranking-wise since 2020 when they were 11th. And so they are probably going to end this week top 3, if not the number 1 red zone offense. And that is certainly a bright spot, but still more work to do. The run game cannot go quiet. This offense as a whole cannot shrivel up for these long stretches of time. Defensively, better, for sure. No question about that. The run defense, I thought, was good throughout, despite New England's need to run the football, having 3 talented backs. Now, the Patriots did finish with a $119 rushing, but Drake May, the quarterback, was the leading rusher. Some of those scrambles and boot outs that were tough to stop Pittsburgh off by just a step. Of course, 5 takeaways in this one usually means more comfortable wins than this, but Steeler fans know there's no comfort in winning big in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wins close, and they win those close games at a better percentage and better rate than any other team in the NFL. Since Tomlin was hired in 2007, no team has a higher winning percentage in 1-score games than the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's not particularly close. Pittsburgh's sitting at about 61, 62%. No other team entering this week was above 59%. So it's a big difference there. But 5 takeaways, not just the takeaways themselves, but where they occurred. 2 on the goal line, 2 that where the play started at the Steelers' 2-yard line. The interception by Brandon Echols to close out the first half. Cam Hayward tipping that pass. Really good, just really good feel for the situation. It's 10 seconds left, whatever it was, final play of the half essentially. You know the ball's coming out quick. It's down to 2. May's not going to hold on to the ball against the rush. So you know you're not getting to the quarterback if you're Cam Hayward. Get your hands up, tip the pass, let someone else make a play. Hayward tipped the pass on 4th down last week, led to the Herbig interception, does it this week, leads to the Eccles interception. I think Hayward had 10, 11 pass deflections last season, so it's such a great skill that he has that requires a really good football IQ, understanding of the situation around you, and making that play accordingly. And then Hayward forcing the fumble on the goal line on Ramondre Stevenson. They talked about going after this guy. He had fumble issues last year, caught in the doghouse. 2 of them in this one. Critical moments there. Then you had, what else did you have here? Chuck Clark dropped 2 interceptions, but putting that aside, of course, you had the forced fumble that Herbig recorded on Drake May when you had the Patriots down in field goal range. That was huge, obviously. 5 takeaways overall for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Pittsburgh needed every single one of them in this one. Some other thoughts, Derek Harmon played well in his debut, played more than expected. I believe 35 snaps is the total there. He thought maybe 15 to 20, but seems like he was rearing to go, had a sack, good contain on that sack that Harmon had early in this game. Just overall good 4-man rush. 3rd down, 4th down, pretty poor overall. Patriots 10 of 18 on 3rd and 4th down, 4 of 5 on 4th down. Some real missed opportunities. They ran speed option on 4th and 1 from deep in New England's own territory. Cole Holcomb was there, could have had the stop, couldn't make it. That's a massive moment missed. The 4th and 2 touchdown to Hunter Henry. Coverage bust. The zones got overlapped, and Peyton Wilson probably had a position there. Linebackers struggling in coverage. Henry and Austin Hooper, the tight ends, eating some of those long 3rd downs that were given up to. The rush was good, but still probably could have been a bit better overall. But TJ Watt getting off the schneid, 2 sacks. His sack streak is mercifully finally over, and 5 takeaways. You know, to me, the way to play good defense in this modern NFL is really about situational football and takeaways, and Pittsburgh did both really well in this game. In regards to the weighty downs of the red zone, of the goal-to-go situations, and the turnovers at large. Not the 3rd, 4th down stuff I just talked about, but in those big gotta-have-it type moments where points are directly on the line, Pittsburgh came up large. Brendan Eccles, the 4th down tackle, of course, to close out the game. Douglas should have just fallen forward. Had he done that, then he probably converts, but take it anyway. You can get it. And then just quick notes on special teams. Corliss Waitman, good game punting. Kick coverage was really good in this game. It's been a sore spot. I think the first 2 weeks, Pittsburgh's been losing that hidden yardage battle with their ineffective kick returns, even the Caleb Johnson play aside, versus the decent run backs that the Jets and the Seahawks have been having. I think last week, Pittsburgh had a net negative 6-yard average when it comes to their kick returns versus what Seattle gained. And Pittsburgh's coverage was excellent in this one. Patriots averaged, I think, 23.5 yards per return, none longer than 27. Were consistently backed up between the 25 and 30-yard line. When touchbacks go to the 35, that's exactly what you're looking for. So a nice job by that coverage unit. Patriots ran back a 90-yard kick for a touchdown in week 2. Big point of emphasis, I'm sure, this week was tightening up the coverage unit, and I certainly saw that. So, was it a great win? No. Should it have been a much better and more impressive win, considering the start, considering the 5 takeaways Pittsburgh generated? Of course, but Steelers winning a tight one to get a win on the road, to go to 2-1, really big for this team. Now you're getting ready for Ireland in Dublin on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings, a team that blew out the Bengals 48-10. I just realized the score. I knew it was 31 something at the half, and yeah, Vikings showing plenty of firepower. So big win for Pittsburgh here. Try to go get another one next Sunday. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the site, SteelersDepot.com. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.